TheOAMNetwork.com.
CJ, what you been doing this week, man?
Playing Bloodborne.
Why? No, let's back up. Why?
Because I'll turn to beat it.
No, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you playing Bloodborne?
Look, I mentioned this on purpose.
That sounds kind of dirty.
You did beat it?
Fuck no, that game hard as shit.
Welcome to Experience Points.
Welcome to Experience Points.
Welcome to Experience Points, podcast for gamers.
Welcome to Experience Points. It's been 2 weeks since you looked at me, you piece of shit. I hope you're deaf. Looks like your teacher was blind back in 8th grade. CJ, hi.
What's up?
My ears hurt.
Daddy, what's going on?
Stop calling me daddy.
You refer to yourself as daddy in a conversation pre-podcast. Therefore, now you are daddy to me always. As creepy as that may sound, daddy, I don't care how creepy it sounds. It's what he called himself. He was talking about something. It's like, Daddy, why does it say? I was like, why are you talking? So he's daddy. That's just it in a nutshell.
It was
weird. It's weird. It's just weird.
It was a metaphorical conversation. Like, yeah. It was a hypothetical conversation.
I was half paying attention, so when I chimed back in,
you're never paying attention.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome back. Been
a week.
It's been a week?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's been a week since you looked at me.
No, has it been? Okay, last time was 2 weeks. This has been a week. I don't really give a fuck. CJ, this is kind of important because CJ's back in the PlayStation forum realm of playing video games,
and
right?
He's looking for a game to play?
After defeating Arkham Knight, which is the last time we're going to mention that on the podcast.
Okay, thank God.
So the Batmobile's back. No. Bloodborne. Sell me on it. Why would I want to play Bloodborne? Blah, blah, blah.
You like a challenge?
No.
And it's not for you.
Okay.
That was quick.
Yeah. I like life easy and handed to me.
So have you decided what you're going to move on to after you finish Bloodborne?
I'm going to give Far Cry 4 a chance.
That's a very good choice.
How much is it these days?
GameStop got on sale this week for about $20.
Fucking hell.
Ending when? Like this Sunday or?
I guess this Sunday.
All right.
So when this podcast airs,
kind of be too.
You won't get a chance to play Far Cry 4 for $20.
Hopefully you already played it, but if you haven't, then go on and get it for $40 or however much it is.
It's totally worth the price. It's a great game.
Yeah.
It's totally a great game. There's this fortress that says, hey, man, you shouldn't try this. But I keep trying it, and I keep fucking up. You should play co-op to even the odds. And you should also take out this ringleader before you're taking on this fortress to make it a lot easier. I said, no, I got this. I spent 2 hours after I hadn't played it for months because I quit after not taking that fortress, determined to take that fortress. And last night, I thought I had it. But there's still
you're playing Far Cry?
Yeah. By the way. Yeah, because he mentioned it, so I turned it back on. Actually, I turned it before you ever mentioned it, actually. So I had just decided, I want to try this.
It's a game to revisit.
It is. And I really hate myself for not going all the way and finishing it when I did. It came out around Christmas time, and dude, there's a lot of games out at the time.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, Far Cry for $20 is a damn good deal.
Do you have PlayStation Plus? Do you play online?
Not at the moment right now.
Okay. It's got some really good online features as far as taking fortresses and stuff, like do it with a buddy.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to own a copy. Like, if you had on the internet and wanted to play with me, you could actually jump in.
That's right. That was a big feature.
You got to download, like, a portion of the game, obviously, so you can run something, but like you can actually play the game with me. As
so I had a game. I said I need your help, but you don't have a game. You just jump in and help me out.
I think it's limited to a certain degree. I think you're in a little buzzer chopper thing. I don't know how I've never done it, so I know it's one of the key features to the game.
Yeah,
but I think that's exclusive to PS4. I'm not sure if it's on Xbox.
They sold that
pretty hard
in E3 the year before this. Yeah, 2014
E3.
Huh?
It won E3.
Did it win E3?
Yeah, because on the cover it said the winner of E3 2014.
Yeah, that's kind of
E3
ambiguous.
Winners are weird.
It's ambiguous because there's a lot of people giving out awards, and a lot of really like reputable websites won't do it because they're judged before E3, and it has to be a playable version of the game.
Right.
So you can actually literally put your hands on the controller and move an inch.
Right.
Technically playable. So sometimes people can win E3 awards and, not even come out that year.
Right. It's just saying
BioShock
this
Infinite,
game looks like the most promising game to come out. Whether or not it's going to be great or
BioShock
not.
Infinite won a lot of awards, and the game that they
Turned out to be
demoed,
amazing.
the game they demoed a long time ago wasn't the game that came out.
Right.
It was just more open, and it wasn't at all in any way.
But that's okay.
Yeah,
Turned out to
the
be great.
combat areas were more open. That was cool. I forgot about that till right now. Riding the rails, that was a damn good game.
Yes, it was.
Wow, I love that game.
What a fantastic game.
There's always a man.
So
There's
if you
always a
don't-
lighthouse. There's always
No, I was saying
no. I'm trying to remember.
there's always a man, there's always a lighthouse.
There's always a girl.
I don't know those correlations.
Shit.
All I know is that if you haven't beaten BioShock Infinite,
There's
don't
always
mind
a city.
spoiling.
There's always a lighthouse. Something I can't remember now.
Well, so there's 2 games that if you haven't played yet, you need to play: Far Cry 4 and BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
Definitely play those games.
Infinite?
No,
Have I? Yeah.
Speaking to the audience,
Yeah. No.
those are
But
2
having a
games.
deal on Far Cry 4 and PS4 like that's really cool. And speaking of deals, you've been playing some free games, haven't you? We'll start with the rotation this week with you.
what's the name of the car game I've been playing? I'm terrible with goddamn names.
Car Club. No, Drive Club.
Yeah, there you go.
Chicken Club. I don't know. It's
No,
something.
I was bouncing a lot of games at the beginning of the week because I was trying to figure out. I want to play something that's free because I don't feel like spending any
No, I got
money
that
on
from you.
games.
I got that vibe. That's all you wanted to do was play free games.
Yeah. Because what
Fucking
were you
dick.
trying to sell on me to?
I wasn't. I was just saying, that's
go
a great-
play Project Cars. Go buy a game.
No, I was saying, oh, cool. You're playing one of the greatest launch games of the PS4, making fun of the fact that Drive Club has been fucked from the beginning. And
Right, and then I was like, yeah, I
free.
really hate that it's free.
But
Really
no,
hate
I was
that
making
it's
fun
free.
of the fact that it's terrible that this game finally comes out, the PS Plus edition, and it's bad for them because all the momentum that game ever had going for it's like gone. Gone.
The point
Gone.
the point of the exchange that happened between me and Corey there was that
You're a dick.
every time that I bring up something, Corey has to find a flaw in it and be like, blah, this is why it's bad.
Well, if it wasn't so flawed, I wouldn't have to point it out to you.
But nothing about free is flawed. Like, if it's free, even if it is flawed, it's like, okay.
Two
it
things wrong with
sucked,
that.
but
One, your time is worth something. And two,
you're flipping me off right now.
well,
for two?
it was the other thing went the wrong way. But two, not technically free because you're paying PlayStation Plus. And as I showed you earlier, if you're not connected to the internet, you can't access that game.
Well, I'm sorry, but you wouldn't really want to because it's kind of an online play game anyway.
It never looked like a No Forza or anything. Those games always look astounding.
Well, on it though, it really works. Like it's
great.
no
Good.
No,
It works.
I like it more than Forza. I like it.
Isn't it more of an arcadey
Right.
racer?
Yeah, as
Okay.
far as picking up I'm Saturday afternoon, I got a beer in my hand. There's this free game for me to download right now.
How do you
and
hold
play.
a controller with the beer in your hand?
You hold it with your
Show me.
I have the hat. I have the hat with the straws that comes down the side. Yeah, I got that going on while I'm playing. I've actually got a special hat that has PlayStation earphones in it too. So
Why don't they make that?
that right here
My
on Experience Pints.
Kickstarter program now.
So Experience Pints will be selling these. It's a beer PlayStation 4 headset.
The Beerstation 4. I hate the name, but it'll sell. It'll work.
Get the fuck off this podcast.
I know. I'm gonna go make some money. I'll be right back.
No, but no, I do enjoy it. I actually think that it's a lot of fun. And if you
I really hate
have
knowing you
PlayStation
enjoy
Plus.
anything. Honestly,
last week I didn't enjoy the game that I played. I played Ark, and I told you I didn't really
tell
enjoy it.
me more about that. I like hearing you in pain.
Yeah, well, but
Yeah.
I did find a game that I do enjoy for free that you can get right now on your PC if you have Steam. And if you don't have Steam, you need to get Steam.
Minesweeper.
No. And I don't even think that's on Steam. I highly doubt that's on. There's probably
Something.
weird
Yeah, there's got.
modified.
We got to find this out. Once my internet comes back on for whatever reason, thank you Comcast. We'll get that fixed.
But Dirty Bomb. It's a first-person shooter.
It sounds so bad.
What?
Talking about it in public is kind of awkward.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you get weird
I got a
looks.
dirty bomb. I got this Dirty Bomb.
Better
Yeah.
than Dirty Dick's Adventures. That was a weird one.
Dirty Bomb. If you're in a free game mode, if you want a free game that you can get on Steam right now on PC, first-person shooter, if you're into like Team Fortress type
Which is also
games,
free, actually. Isn't it?
Team Fortress is free. This is prettier than Team Fortress because it's newer, obviously.
10 years on it, right?
It's got a unique game concept. So it's like real speedy, energetic type gameplay, kind of Unreal Tournament-ish, fast, but not that fast.
Okay.
It's like a mix between Modern Warfare and Quake as far as
What
speed
about
goes.
Counter-Strike? Because that's pretty fast, but not too fast.
But I wouldn't compare it to Counter-Strike because then you go down the realm of like accurate.
Well, I was just saying
gameplay.
speed-wise. Like, is it like fast? Like Counter-Strike, I always found Counter-Strike to be that good middle ground between too fast and too slow.
I guess it might be speedy like that.
There's no sprinting. Is there sprinting in this
There
game?
is sprinting.
It's like it's more of a modern shooter than it is like a.
Yeah, you even have like that. It's a small double jump, but you even have that like tap jump twice kind of.
I like that.
But it's not extreme. It's
So
not
you,
like
so
you
you
just
have
get to run around.
exosuits.
No,
Okay.
it's not like that. It's like
So what makes it unique? There's 1,000 shooters out there. They're probably for free.
the way that they do the class system is really cool. You don't actually have classes.
Monarchy?
You have. Say what? Wow! Get off this podcast once again. No, you have you don't have classes. You have characters, and each character has a set weapon system. Like he might have a particular gun. A character might have a particular gun, a particular sidearm, and a particular whatever. One character that I enjoy in particular has a rifle, has a grenade launcher, and a detonator for the grenade launcher. Is the weapon subsets, and obviously a secondary, which is a pistol, happens to be a revolver. But anyway, the way that it works is you unlock these characters, and then you gain experience from killing things, from completing objectives, whatever, and that experience will unlock a case, reminiscent to Battlefield, and that you get cases, and then you open the cases, and you normally get like a weapon or whatever.
Kind of like Advanced Warfare did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. Supply drops, they called them, I think.
Yeah, but this is a case like after the match is over.
They called them supply drops. And,
Oh, okay.
You get like what boosts and things like that. Like,
Right.
Like experience boosts, things like that in that nature, currency.
Right.
So it is free to play. So we'll have our in-game currency and an out-of-game, like you pay money.
You can pay in, but how this works is so the experience points that you earn during the matches unlocks these cases. And the cases is like, it's like rolling dice, but you're rolling dice for cards that are more characters. I don't know how many characters they have.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you open the case and it starts flipping through cards, and it slow rolls until it hits on a particular character's card. Each character has different levels of awesomeness, I guess is the best way to put it. Like
Good English.
Level 1 is called iron, and then it's like steel, blah blah blah. It like goes up through that until it gets platinum. And that random roll that you get from the case could unlock. It's like it shows it's like a 0.5% chance to unlock the platinum version of a character. And you start off with 3 characters. You could get the platinum version on that roll of some character that you don't even have, and then that's where the money comes into play. You could pay to buy one of those characters so that platinum card you just earned now you can use.
Okay, so it doesn't work in like a level progression. Like you don't go from iron to platinum. You can if you get the platinum card, you can use it immediately if you have that character.
That's my understanding.
Okay, so it's not like Pokemon where you open your deck, you just got a booster pack, and you got
You got to evolve to that.
you get an evolved version of Pokemon. Oh, I need the other one. To
That's
actually
my
use.
understanding. I
Okay.
might be wrong.
Probably you are, but just whatever.
Might be, but you
Dirty
get
bomb,
you get the
right?
concept anyway. But anyway, so then you can if and then you get that character, which you don't have to pay money for. You also earn a currency and points alongside your experience points that you earn, and you can use that to buy cards. And it's not cheap from what I've seen, in that it's not cheap like someone can pay to win.
All right, I see.
It's like it makes sense. Like the currency seems to be level. Like I can already buy a few characters.
That sounds enticing. I mean, I don't dabble with free to play very often. I mean, if I have, it's been Tribes and Marvel. What is that fucking game? Marvel, whatever.
Yeah. Marvel.
2015. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Tribes kind of. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, no, Tribes. Tribes Ascension, I think it was called.
Yeah.
It's a free-to-play game. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's
real
fun.
fast-paced, real
Yeah, no,
reminiscent
it's,
to Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
That's what it reminded me of, especially with the teleporter system that they had.
Now this is only on PC, right?
As far as I know, I think so.
A lot of this stuff does bleed over to consoles now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What just recently bled over into consoles?
Bloodborne. Blood. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. No, World of Warcraft's on there now?
Yeah, DC Universe and some stuff like that. bled
Oh, yeah.
over into
Like,
consoles.
shit.
We were just talking about a first-person shooter this afternoon that was over on
Blacklight.
Blacklight was on
Blacklight's on there.
consoles. This is though. I'm really usually when I try out free-to-play first-person shooters, they're like a Blacklight. They're not real deep. They're just whatever. You got PlanetSide 2 now on consoles. You didn't have that.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
PlanetSide 2. And I've never really played PlanetSide in the past, and I feel like I missed out on something.
Yeah, it was like a free-to-play Battlefield.
Yeah. Cool with me, because
which-
Battlefield's not worth the money sometimes.
It's better than Battlefield 4 in a lot of ways. In my opinion.
I really am turned off by Battlefield. Like, I was really into Battlefield 4 and 3 for a little bit. Then the more I got away from it, the more I realized fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I can't get into a match half the time. I can't shoot that guy, even though I shot that guy half the time. It's not me this time. I actually know I shot that guy like a whole clip's worth. He's still alive because of latency issues, which I had good internet at the time. I had good ping, whatever. But, some free-to-play games, you're not really investing anything other than your time.
Right.
So if you're strapped on cash,
And if you're strapped on time, I highly recommend Dirty Bomb. Like, it is up there and away.
Is it-
right there with like a Team Fortress?
is it like Quake or Team Fortress where you can just do a match and come back and
It's very, very well rounded, really solid game.
that's good. They need to be that way. If I'm gonna play a free-to-play game, I want to be able to get into it and not have to invest a lot of time into something,
Right.
and then I can come back to it whenever I want. That's the best. That's the best value. Something you can pick up and come back to whenever you need to.
Right. It sounds
Want
really
to.
complex the way that I described it, but like
Yeah, you did a
really,
terrible job. It's okay.
But really, what did I do? A terrible job?
No, I was just
okay.
God, it's insecure. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
I'm so sorry.
yeah,
you did a
thanks.
fantastic job. Let's
Thank
give you a
you.
trophy.
Okay.
Everybody on the team gets a trophy today.
Where's my fucking trophy?
your wife?
All right. I do have a trophy.
There we
wife.
go. Awesome. Winning some points, experience points, right there. It's golf claps. Okay,
Oh,
is that
but
the
no.
only thing you played?
That after I discovered it, that's where I stopped.
Oh, okay, so
I
you
decided to play that for the rest of the week, and I very much recommend it.
okay. That sounds.
Dirty fucking bomb.
Is it Dirty Bomb or Dirty Fucking Bomb?
Dirty.
CJ,
Mr. Chandler.
let's take a moment for. Start a clock. You got a clock on you?
I do.
All right,
What are we doing?
I'll do it. Hold on.
What are we doing?
I'm going to talk about something that I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to anyways.
God
because
damn it.
Oh.
I do what I want.
God
around here.
damn it. No, you
And
don't.
I need to talk to CJ about this, and it's only going to be for 1 minute.
1 minute. You have 1 minute, sir.
How many seconds are? No, I'm just kidding. Oh wait, this is minutes, okay? And I'm gonna start now. So I played the Batgirl DLC, my very first time digging into say season pass for a game that's actually story oriented, other than like Mortal Kombat, whatever. So the first pack is the Batgirl Family Ties. I don't know what the fuck the title was. I can't remember anymore. I played for about an hour and a half, and I beat it.
That sounds terrible.
It's kind of disappointing. It's like it's what's there is so good. Like I really enjoyed it.
Let me ask you this. It's more disappointing than Ground Zeroes.
Shit, I think I beat Ground Zeroes faster than I beat this game.
Yep.
Just like Ground Zeroes, the mechanics are there, but it's really fun for what's there. But when it's over, it's like, I really could use more of that. Being able to play as a Batgirl is kind of fun, even though she handles like Batman, but diminishing returns. I keep going back to Arkham Knight, cleaning up things, and getting real turned off by it, man. I think I'm starting to come away from that game a little hard. And don't buy it.
Nice.
That's all I have to say is if you didn't buy a season pass, don't get it because that was coming out. I know it looked good. The Joker's in there, the classic looking Joker, classic Harley Quinn. You fight them is at the end.
I think he's extending a minute.
Yeah, I did. I can do what I want. And I'm just going to tell anybody listening, don't buy into the season pass unless you definitely want like the bullshit that's coming, like racetrack packs and whatnot. But
No, you don't
yeah,
want that.
All right.
yeah, first time out buying a season pass, really pissed off myself right now. That's $40.
I'm pissed off for you.
That's $40. I know we get 6 months of content. So month 1 was like an hour and a half. That's not worth it, man. Including the shit that I got when I bought the game. Those story packs are pretty quick. I didn't finish them yet, but I thought they'd be longer, so I was just taking my time with it and realized, if I beat this next guy in the room, I'm done. A little disappointing. I don't know. I'm a little pissed off about it.
Did you play anything else this week?
Yeah, actually I did.
What the fuck did you play? You haven't told me.
I played Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
That's right.
About time.
I know. I have it on PC, but for whatever reason, I don't want to play it on PC because I like to be on a couch and I play games like that. So got it for $9 on Xbox One. That's
not bad.
It's a Games with Gold deal going on right now.
Is it the
really
high
good.
definition?
Yeah, it's the definitive edition.
That's pretty awesome.
Looks really good. It's as good as it always has, and because it's always a fantastic looking game.
How good does it look when she gets the shit beat out of her the entire
It's
time?
brutal.
Yeah.
And having recently checked out Clueless Gamer for the first time last week, the episode that actually covers this game was hilarious because it kept going through how many times they killed her. Like she kept dying in most gruesome ways. Like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Fucking trees
And
through her head.
I knew it was coming, but like there's some shit. They really fuck up Lara Croft in a lot of ways. Oh man, it's I haven't gotten too far. I'm picking up where I left off on PC, and it's the only thing comparable to it now will be Uncharted. And I do think that Uncharted has it beat in a lot of ways, but I haven't
Ain't
gotten
that where
very
Uncharted
far.
got it from, though?
Yeah, or where
In a way,
they got Uncharted.
Yeah.
Well, I guess originally
Yeah.
Tomb Raider would have invented Uncharted, and then they
They just did it better.
It's a little different because the old Tomb Raider games were more like trial and error. Like you try to
Sure.
jump and you die. In Uncharted, it's heavily hinted, and you can't really fuck up unless you give you the room to fuck up. But it's kind of you don't do the whole backflip off here, try to land on this, and you have to die, reload, and come all the way back to like a checkpoint. No, this is actually a little more. It's more of a smoother game.
Well, there was a Tomb Raider that came out for Xbox 360 pre-Uncharted.
Right, there's actually been a couple.
Started going down that path.
No, keep in mind, Uncharted came out in 2007. So
Yeah,
that
but
was
it came
right
out when the
along.
Xbox 360 launched.
Right.
though.
Actually,
It was
no,
about
no, no,
2005.
No, Uncharted came out at the launch of the PS3. I'm sorry, that's 2006.
Well, still,
I think.
there was a really early Xbox 360.
Yeah, it was
release of Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider Legends.
I'm just
Well, yeah,
saying,
it was heading
they
in
paved the way.
No,
then Uncharted
I played that game.
paved the way
Actually, I played that
differently.
game, and it
Yeah.
handled totally different from Uncharted. There was lock-on targeting and all that shit. Uncharted was copying Gears of War and Tomb Raider to a T almost.
Mm-hmm.
You had third-person cover action, and you had the traversal, not quite like
Yeah, you also got to remember what Uncharted was in the first one. It was not quite what it was by Uncharted 2.
No. Yeah, and that's one of those games I remember playing, and I enjoyed the hell out of Uncharted 1, but I knew that, all right, they could do this again. They can get it right. And they sure as fuck did. And the third
Sure.
time, same thing. But like the second Uncharted game is probably one of the best games of the last 10 years to me. I love that game.
It was good.
So, yeah, I feel like with Uncharted, they went more of an Indiana Jones direction where Tomb Raider wasn't never really going
Every time I play Uncharted, I get on an Indiana Jones kick, and I just want to fucking watch Indiana Jones.
I know. With Lara Croft, there's dinosaurs and tigers and shit. It was always weird.
Yeah.
Like the Tomb Raider games are always a little weird. They weren't like in any way like Indiana Jones or adventuring or whatnot.
On that is what bummed me out about Tomb Raider. I was really bummed that they didn't go deep. Like, you have tomb moments to like find a crystal or whatever.
I don't know these things.
Okay,
I'm
well,
playing the game currently.
this
Well,
won't spoil
ain't
anything.
spoiling
This
nothing,
is
though.
just you'll be down your main storyline path, and you'll be in these open areas or whatever where shit's going on that you've already seen.
Yeah.
like you'll be bouncing around from rooftop to rooftop, taking out guys or whatever, swinging on ropes there or whatever, and randomly off to the side you'll see like a cave, and you can go into the cave, and it'll have a puzzle in it to try and get something.
The Tomb Raider games were really adventure-y like that too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right, but
Uncharted
Tomb
games
Raider,
aren't.
you were always in the tomb.
Yeah.
And in this, you're like out in the open, and then you kind of go in tombs, but it's not. That's not the focus.
It was
at all.
easier.
Yeah,
It was
that's where
easier to
you first started
render
off from,
tombs back in the day. Than God, what was that? That was me.
Red
It was
Bulls,
easier to render black walls in a
Sure.
tomb. But it's an ambitious game, obviously, and the reason I don't draw Uncharted and Tomb Raider in the same realm is because, well, like I said, there are very different games. They're similar in a lot of ways, but I can feel it's really different. Uncharted goes for like a movie feel, like you're like playing a Hollywood action movie like Indiana Jones. Tomb Raider is going this very, 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 very serious and down to earth like tone. I hope there's dinosaurs in this game. I don't know if there are or not, but there better be a dinosaur with a machine gun or some shit. I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. It's pretty great. Having a female lead character that's actually more than big digital fake boobs and bullshit's pretty fucking cool.
I guess.
What the fuck have I been playing?
I thought you just said that's not all that you've been playing.
I know. There was something else before I wanted to talk about this other thing, but I can't remember the other thing was, so.
Okay.
All right.
Far Cry 4, already talked about that. Well.
Are you going to play Bloodborne?
No, never. No. I don't give a fuck about that. I've been playing. I don't want to fucking even touch it. I have been playing Rocket League.
That's right.
You
told us last week that you were going to play it, and you couldn't even describe what it might be.
And I couldn't stop playing it once I turned it on. Actually, I went through about 20 matches or so in one sitting. I'm not a sports guy. Could give a fuck less. But you involve cars with turbo boosts and turbo pads where you refill your boost, and you got to knock a ball into a goal, and your cars can jump only twice.
Are we playing soccer, or are we racing?
It's soccer with cars.
It's soccer.
They already made that joke on the Giant Bombcast. You were late to the game.
Are you serious?
Yes, they did.
Fuck you, Giant Bomb.
Yeah, I laughed pretty hard at that, so I thought the same thing. I was saving it for this podcast, and they already said it. But no, it's soccer with cars. Not that cut and dry, because there are boosts to use, and then there's the fact that you can jump up the walls, and you have two jumps. You know, you jump forward, but you can spin the car to hit the ball and like spin on the ball, like kind of like that. Or you can do a backflip and hit a bicycle kick to hit the ball, like in a different way. There's so many. It's a sports game. Okay. It is. It's
with a car.
With the car. So it's probably the most involved soccer game you'll ever play on the internet, and it's a lot of fun.
Can you run anybody over?
Yeah, actually, once you hit your turbo and you actually break the sound barrier or some shit, I don't know. Once you hit a certain point,
sound barrier.
Once you go fast for a certain like couple seconds, you can actually hit an opponent and blow them up. They'll come back, but it does take them out of the game for a couple key moments.
So is it like Twisted Metal?
It is in some ways. It's Twisted Metal, but without weapons.
But you can run over your opponents. Yeah,
you can actually destroy them, but they'll come back, like I said. But, you know, it's like being in a penalty box in a hockey game. They're out of the game for a little bit. That's your key player. That's kind of going to fuck you up. So it could be 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. It's not very, like, a lot of modes in there or whatnot. But what's there is a lot of fun. And you can build on that. The online play would be great to try out. But as I played the game, my internet went out. My connection was
fantastic.
Shit. Yeah, it really pissed me off.
Thanks a lot, Xfinity.
And then after the internet went completely out, I wasn't able to actually play the game anymore. So I can't play Rocket League right now because I lost internet. Because it's a PlayStation Plus game right now. Plus
PlayStation,
game right now.
PlayStation Plus.
It's a fluffy deal. It's yeah. So it's free right now if you have PlayStation Plus. I would suggest downloading it if your internet isn't Comcast. It fucking sucks. I don't do this. I don't play fucking games with cars in them. I don't play games that are about sports in any way. I don't enjoy that. But
if you combine them all,
if you combine them in this way and the way it handles is in a specific way, this is great. Like there's only two views. Like you have a camera that follows the ball, and then you have a camera that follows the car. You can alternate between the two on the fly. So if you're driving the car and you lose track of the ball, you hit the triangle button and you can get the view of the ball and you reorient yourself.
How well does that work?
It works.
Because
it works.
Once everything else I've ever played where I'm trying to drive a car and I've got like that button I can push where it like focuses, it always fucks me up.
It does. It's hard to get used to, but it works. Because I'm able to do it, then anybody can fucking do it.
Really?
I'd sell myself really short, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's great. Like I really fucking enjoy it.
If Corey can do it, anyone can do it.
I really don't like you. So that's what I've been playing, really, in a nutshell. I mean, I did mess with Mortal Kombat X some more, play Predator. Not really digging Predator too much. I'm kind of coming away from Mortal Kombat X altogether at this point.
Is that the only character that came with it?
No, the next one will be...
Who will the next one be?
Trimmer.
Yeah. That's right.
I think he's a character from 4 or something. I don't remember Trimmer at all. That's about it from what I've been playing. But that's not all that's been happening in the news, right?
That's right.
Some shit happened. It released a trailer for Just Cause 3. 7 minutes of just shit explode. All right, no.
What else shit?
Satoru Iwata died.
Tell me about him.
He's 55. He's been at Nintendo started at HAL Laboratories, which you know from Smash Brothers,
Pokemon
involvement in Pokemon. He started as a programmer, worked his way up. He's known for taking a pay cut. He was the CEO of Nintendo. He was known for taking a pay cut just so they didn't downsize and lose people. He was very focused on keeping employees there. Like, he was that kind of guy. Very well liked, very, very well respected, not just by Nintendo, but like by the entire industry. All programmers, developers, CEOs even, all had massive respect for this man. He passed away last Saturday?
Sunday, I believe.
Saturday or Sunday. I think it was announced Sunday, but he did pass away on Saturday. At first, all I knew that he passed away from was a growth on his bile duct, but as it turned out, I think it was cancer. And that being in a very sensitive area, obviously,
Right.
He wasn't this past E3 or a year before that, but if you want to look up some good stuff from him, the announcement for Super Smash Brothers has him and Reggie Fils-Aimé, who is the Nintendo America CEO. You see him all the time. Them fighting it out, like, Smash Brothers style. They were like puppet episodes of him, like, doing goofy stuff. And he pioneered a lot of things. He was behind the Wii, the successful Wii, which really kind of put Nintendo in the position they're in now, being that they kind of branched out from the other two companies, Sony and Microsoft. And, the Wii U to an extent, which, ambitious, but didn't really live up to potential that we all thought it could, if they could do anything. Kind of harbored in the DS as it came in through the gates, which everyone wrote it off because you remember back in the day, and this has been echoed on many podcasts this week, but when the DS came out, the PSP was as well. The PSP was a very technically advanced piece of machinery. When I got my hands on it,
it was like a PS2 portable.
It was beautiful. When you look at the screen, it was amazing. But playing console games on the go wasn't the answer. The DS came into its own a couple years later with like games that got away from using the lower screen as a mini map, but more of like using it to play other games. My most memorable moment with the DS was playing Legend of Zelda. I think it was the Phantom Hourglass. And there's this letter you had to put a stamp on. I think it was a letter, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I closed the game and I came back to it and realized that when you take the stamps on the bottom screen and the letter up here, when you close it, they touch. And that's how you get them to do that.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was ingenious. And
so you closed it frustrated and won the game.
Well, it's that part of it.
Actually.
It was, to me, ingenious. And that was Iwata's Nintendo. Like, clever, ingenious ways to not only differentiate themselves from the others, but also pioneer some new directions that a lot of people copied. Motion controls were just never really a thing. Then here comes the Wii, and then Sony's thrown in 6-axis, and Sony's thrown in the Move controllers and
Xbox
Kinect. Maybe, take it all back. Fucking Iwata fucking is a reason for the Kinect. God. No, but this all that leads us to what we are facing now with VR, with HoloLens, with potential vomiting from fake roller coaster games. I mean, this is a very, very, very important man.
He sought the revolution. Hence Nintendo Revolution. Wasn't that what they were going to call the Wii U?
It was, and that was the idea, the Wii, yeah. So him having passed away kind of leaves Nintendo like kind of open at this point. And they've never, because before him, the man in charge, whose name escapes me right now, I usually know him off the top of my head, but he was there for ever since Nintendo, like NES, So it's kind of, it's like a sea change. Like, everything's different now, so you don't know who's going to come in and take over, who's going to be the next guy. I don't know who it could be, and it'd probably be somebody out.
Probably Hideo Kojima.
That's been talked about.
Are you serious?
What if Hideo Kojima were to go into Nintendo as the new CEO?
That'd be dope as shit.
It won't happen. I would figure Miyamoto. Shigeru Miyamoto has been in Nintendo since Mario. He created Mario. The man's behind Mario. The man created Zelda. The man's the legend. So I don't know if he has good business sense to run a company, but he has the creative sense to push that company in the direction he needs to go.
CEO just needs to be
a face.
It needs to be somebody that can speak to whatever's going on.
It's a publicly held company, so it has to be somebody that can speak to the shareholders and people as well.
Because the business can be ran by the other. The CEO
the board
just needs to be just needs to be there to speak to the public and advertise the shit. That's the reason Hideo Kojima could be kind of a funny head. But what do we pouring out for our homie?
Yeah.
God damn it, Aaron.
I poured out the Red Bull. I just poured beer all over his table that we set up for the podcast.
How many minutes are we in?
Not long enough.
Experience Pints is a joint production between the Ohm Network and Experience Pints. For more information, go to experiencepints.com and theoamnetwork.com.